Just the Tips, a Menmoir, Season 1, Episode 16, Hunting Grounds.
We recording as fuck.
Are we really? All
right
perfect.
now.
Welcome back to Just the Tips.
Bitches.
Can you believe it that you have stuck around for 16 episodes? You must have nothing to do. You must think very little of yourself if you're still listening to what the fuck we're talking about.
You are like zero to roasting our listeners faster than I can't even comprehend how fast you roast these people.
This a new roast record. We jumping right into it. I apologize.
I feel like the unsubscribes are coming now. Like, man, fuck Chuck, man.
I'm sorry, y'all. I love y'all. Please don't leave me.
It's your boys from the Bay. I'm your co-host. I'm Joe.
I'm Chuck.
And we here just holding down as the premier podcast on the NSFW podcast network. That's us.
That's right.
Yeah, some of these bitches don't know that, though.
Leading the pack.
So y'all could get, I'm saying, our little doo-doo droppings. You can get up on the coattails.
Right. Hang on. With grip. With your baby hands.
Yeah, do something. With your little chump fingers.
Exactly.
A couple little recognitions real quick to a couple of our friends out there. Joe B from Off Color Discussions and Chris from #NoOffense Show. So what's up to them? And then Wayne from San Antonio from the Bigger Bots Podcast. We just want you to know that you ain't shit. You ain't never been shit.
Ain't gonna be shit. Follow #Wayne from San Antonio. All our listeners need to follow that hashtag. You gonna find out why he's about that life.
If y'all didn't know, we own Twitter. So you know how I keep the DMs open.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I actually did an all call sort of to at Lady Pod Squad, which is just kind of like a group of female podcasters. I guess that's like a female network. # Lady Pod Squad as well. So I reached out just into the interwebs.
Yes.
And was just like, y'all have some questions for some gentlemen? We're gentlemen.
Right.
You don't seem convinced.
Nah, definitely not. You
all
can
right.
call me that.
All right.
If it makes you feel better.
Yeah, it makes me feel better.
But I go by other monikers like asshole, jerk. Stuff like that. But it's okay because I've accepted who I am, and that's all that matters. I know my truth.
That's what he said. I know my truth. So we reached out, and we got some responses.
Okay. I would love to hear about this.
First one from two macabre ladies, and they are a true crime podcast featuring black humor, wild speculation, social awareness, and occasionally being drunk on whiskey wine. And you can find them at twomacabreladies.com. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, I still don't know what the hell a true crime podcast is.
My bad, ladies. That means I need to listen in. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, no, we barely just getting into the podcasting game.
Right.
Haven't heard many more other than our own.
My point of reference is me.
So the question was, why do men neglect their toenails? # yes, all men. Even otherwise fine as hell dudes invariably, it's a great word, have these gnarly gremlin hooves bolted on at their ankles.
That sound like they just mess around with some dirty ass dudes, to be honest with you.
But they go on. I've asked several dudes who all said I had ingrown toenails as a kid, so my doctor said not to touch them. They didn't mean for life, son.
That's right.
Yeah, so
not forever. Now, I personally don't have that problem. You know what I mean? I like to keep my toenails nice and short because I don't like cutting holes into my brand new socks. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I got a nice sock collection, and if it start getting holy, that means I need to cut the toenails down. For you fellas who had ingrown toenails growing up, it's because you were wearing shoe sizes that were too small for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should have went half a size up. So a couple reasons, that distance, that reach is just too far to go. Which brings me to my next one is maybe the belly's too big. You know what I mean? You're messing with these husky fellas. You could only get
husky.
You could only get so far. You know what I mean? Like your belt meat, like right there. You just can't.
Your belt meat.
You can't. You could only pass the equator so far. It's just not hard. What you gonna turn into a pretzel? They just give up.
We ain't built for this. We ain't built for speed and agility. We built for strength.
Right, exactly. That's what we use to anchor ourselves down in a strong wind. You pop out the retractable toenails and dig in.
Those claws, they got some grip in them.
All right, now, all joking aside, I'm gonna tell you the actual 100% reason why most of the men don't cut their toenails. Are you ready to hear this?
I'm ready.
This is a legitimate thing. In a sense, it's kind of a defensive apparatus. Because when your toenails are long, you don't want him scratching up your feet, scratching up your calf or whatever you might have. The reason is women tend to put their cold ass feet all up against the dude. So we've built a built-in defense to fight off them cold ass feet that we don't want to feel in the middle of the night when we're trying to go to bed. You can't put your cold ass feet on my warm ass feet. So now we got built-in spikes to attack you like barbed wire so you can get up off me when I'm going to bed.
Okay, let's head up to our second question now. This one comes in from the Career Talk with Working Women podcast. That's the first problem right there.
All right, you got jobs?
It should be one episode. But apparently there's more than one. So, so congratulations. We're also still here.
Right.
So here we go. All right. Now, their show is on educating the next generation of girls on career possibilities on a hashtag podcast, interviewing local women who are interested in sharing their work and careers. And this was 2 questions.
Okay.
First one, not surprised. How do you perceive your female coworkers?
Like my female coworkers?
Well, both of us.
They be there. Yeah. They're around.
They exist.
Yeah, they're there.
So we actually, we share some of the same coworkers.
That's true.
And so I would love nothing more than just to start calling people out. You know what I mean?
On what they don't do?
I happen to work with actually strong women.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer the question, I mostly respect the women that I work with. There's a few outliers, but for the most part, I get along well with them. So let's just go on to the next question.
Okay.
Will you still watch the Miss America pageant now?
Absolutely not.
I also will not. Probably not for the reason you think.
Yeah, I don't actually watch it at all. Surprisingly, you would think that we do. Just women walking around in bikinis is like everywhere now. So that's not like, it doesn't draw you in like it used to. You know what I mean? I mean, you go on the internet, you could find them ads all over the damn place.
When you're doing research,
you could Google banana by accident and you'll get like 84 porn sites. So stuff like that doesn't really matter. It's important. I watch it for the speeches.
Yeah,
because they be fucking up. They say some out of pocket shit, and the entertainment factor is probably the only reason why I would watch it.
Yeah, then the very famous kind of Steve Harvey fluke, or I don't even know which one that was, Miss America, Miss Universe, Miss whatever it is, something like that always is going to happen. Someone's going to get dragged through the internet over something stupid they said,
right?
Trying to make some crazy ass political point or trying to say some shit that was just way above their pay grade. So those are always actually good. I actually don't have like TV, so I don't see it anyways. I just have like Netflix and stuff, but even if I had it, I wouldn't watch it.
Right.
Like, I just don't really care about the pageant just in itself.
Does that not conflict you in a sense, because you want to support women in a sense? Be like, man, I want to empower you in a way, even though it's probably not the most, maybe it's not the best way to empower someone to watch like Miss USA or Miss America, whatever, Miss Universe, whatever it may be. But they put a lot of time and effort to do that. So at the same time, I'm kind of like, oh, I kind of want to support you. Maybe I should watch it, but maybe not.
I was on Twitter when this came up, and there was a female, I think she was a model, I don't know who she was, and she was like, kind of quoted the story, and her commentary on top of it was that she understood that it was, sexist or misogynist. I don't remember what word she said. Right. And then she said, but it is like a celebration or an example of the fitness that goes into it, so it's very serious. Yeah, that was her thing, that like, oh yeah, it sucks, but at least it's this. So I feel like at least for
that's what I'm saying,
a health perspective,
I get it,
I support it.
Right. So you need to see the healthiness in it.
Yeah, I just want to see. I want to see how strong they are. Like, wow, you really trained. I wonder how many push-ups you can do.
Right. Or how many laps you ran.
Yeah, how many times, how many laps did you swim?
How many hours you spent on the elliptical?
In that bathing suit. Like, do you work out in that bathing suit is what I mean.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
See.
Like, is this the same bathing suit that you were swimming in?
Right.
Is this is this just a look at me bathing suit? Like, what type of, I don't know enough about bathing suits, so I just look at them all and I feel like I'm learning.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is for educational purposes.
It's educational. It's for inquiry.
I see. It's for inquiry. Yeah, I could see how that would be a thing.
So you know what? We're going to stop it right there. I want to thank the ladies for reaching out with these questions, for entertaining our ridiculousness, and for the support.
And keep sending more in.
Yeah, y'all please keep sending them in because we actually really enjoy this. It's fun for us. I'm sure it's fun for you.
And one more thing. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. We need 100 subscribers, y'all. 100 subscribers. That's all we need. Find us on YouTube. Just the Tips of Menmoir. Add us, subscribe. I don't care if you never watch it. Just subscribe, goddammit, and give me that subscription.
Yeah, do something with your life.
Please.
If you listening, you can click subscribe.
That's all you got to do.
So today we got a great show. We're going to give you a little bit of the bicker bots. We're going to take on the future of sex, AI, sex bots. And then we're going to kind of take a little bit out of the page of hashtag no offense and off-color discussions because we're going to talk about some conspiracy theories.
Yeah, there's a few of them out there, and we got a doozy for you today.
And I feel like we're breaking news on this one.
Yeah, this. Man, you must listen to this. Hear what I'm telling you. Stay tuned.
So sit back, buckle in,
and get ready for the old razzle-dazzle. This segment brought to you by Red Tag Clearance Racks.
Red Tag Clearance Racks, where single moms go to feel bougie. I'm just letting y'all know right now, we're about to break some news. We're about to do some breaking, just conspiratorial. We letting y'all know something about the world that half of y'all don't know.
Some of this might go viral because no one is aware of this. It might be considered a conspiracy theory, but it's all real.
Let's just get right into it. There was a legion of men, and we cannot say the name of it because we will get fucked up, but it is it's like a fraternal organization that only men know about. And we pooled our resources. This is some years ago. And we started a corporation. Going all the way back to the 1970s, our fraternal organization, we started the Dayton Hudson Corporation. And over time, that turned into what we now know as Target.
Tell them why it's important for them to know this information.
Here's why we created Target. We needed a one-stop shop where we knew that we can attract chicks from all just corners of the earth. Any interest that you have or need, anything that you would possibly need to pick up, we needed a place to draw y'all to come to.
It's a central location. And it's a driving force that it's almost built into your psyche that you have to visit on a regular basis to get your whatever needs you need will be covered. There's a reason why they started to build the Starbucks in there. There's a reason why there's a Pizza Hut in there. There's a reason they switched into a partial grocery store. There is no reason you shouldn't be going there.
That's real.
The name should tell it all. They should have figured this out a long time ago. It's called Target. Hose is the target.
It's a fertile hunting ground.
It's a safari for men, and it's the season. You know what I'm saying? You have fallen for the trap. Why are we sharing this information now, though?
I don't know, because I just feel like throughout my day, it's just dry, and then I get in there and it's just a oasis. Like it just unveils, and if I need to find a certain type of chick, like if I go over to the basic area, I know I'm going to find someone that wants some, Starbucks and is wearing Uggs boots. You know what I mean? If I go to the camping area, I'm going to find a rugged bitch.
All the departments are set up to divide you equally so then we can hit that ground for what we want. So we've specified it, right? So if you're in the makeup section, you probably like to wear a lot of makeup.
You call that bougie town.
Now, if you want some moms that you're trying to pick up, you hit the grocery section. You probably check the yogurt aisle or something like that, right? If you want a businesswoman, you head over to where the Keurigs are at.
Exactly.
So it's compartmentalized in a way that we can isolate you and then take you down that way.
Yeah, and what we did was we actually, instead of calling it things like Bougie Town or Hoville or something like that, we called it electronics.
Right.
Pharmacy. That all means a different type of woman. If I want myself a medical bitch that could take care of me, I know to go over there.
To the pharmacy.
But if I don't want one that's bougie, like I can't go to a certain part of Target to find you. I need to go to like the clearance rack area.
Exactly.
I need to find me one of them.
You need to go, and then if you're into the plus size women, they have a section for that. They got like a mini Lane Bryant. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's a mini Lane Bryant section within Target. You might not be aware of it, but if you go into those hunting grounds,
you better bring a friend.
And you're into hunting big game, that's the area you would do that at.
Yeah, because people like their girls. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Not a damn thing wrong with that.
Chubby chaser, I don't judge you. That's great. Good for you. Good for you to climb tall mountains. I like you. All right, now if you're into like animals and pets like that, usually if you go in there, you're going to see a lot of like women with glasses, maybe
Birkenstock, basically people that actually drive over here like from Berkeley.
Right.
They're not allowed to have Targets in Berkeley. So we're one of the next closest ones. So they will come here and they just come in smelling like oats and
whole grain and
just all kinds of just
granolas with almond in it. Yeah,
just
like,
raisins.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Just stank ass raisins.
If that's what you're into, that's the section you're going to hit up.
And on the flip side of that, if you want to find yourself a nice, just wholesome, conservative woman, you know what I mean? And let's say that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Just go to the sheet area. If you get where they sell the bed sheets, you catch a conservative woman.
Yeah, the bedding section.
It's kind of like a hooded bedding section. So they take those types of sheets, they cut holes in them, and they said that they're pretending to be ghosts.
I don't know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, don't fuck with those women.
Yeah.
I don't even know why that's there.
Yeah, you got to concern yourself. The home goods is like, there's a certain type of man looking for that. That's not a section we're promoting to go to, but if that is what you're into, home goods, that's where you want to be at. So for you women who go to Target often, and for some reason you don't understand why it calls you, now you know. We are letting you know this. Why? I don't even know why we're telling them.
Don't let me go to Target by myself. That's why.
Exactly.
Because you know why I'm going to the store. I don't feel like doing none of this shopping.
Yeah, it's most of the
stuff. I like shopping for that ass. What you say, huh?
Most of this stuff we already got at the house. There's a reason Costco was made. Costco was built by the same guys so we can go get stuff in bulk that we really need, so that we could hide the extra stuff and say we need to go pick something up from Target that we didn't have enough supply for.
Costco's the prepping ground for the reason to go to Target later.
Costco is where we dress the setting for you, and then Target is where we go in to put the play into action.
And the best thing about Target is that if you go to the right section, when you get to the lingering draws area, once you get up over there with that linger, is it lingerie?
Yeah, lingerie, I think is the word you're looking to find.
So I say it like an American. We say lingerie out here. I don't know where you from, Frenchie. But you go over there, those are the definite side pieces. You know what I mean? Like if anyone that's shopping in that area in Target is actually there waiting for a dick. Like they might even be in on it because like they're like, every time I shop over here, there's a dick waiting for me. So I feel like if you're in the lingerie area, you're destined for side piecitude.
So if you're taking this information in, and now that you know what Target is for, and you happen to linger in the lingerie area, you know what your destiny is going to be from that point forward.
And go back to your homegirl that was like, "Ooh, girl, you better go to Target and get them draws." Now you know what that bitch is about. She's about the dick.
She already knew.
She talking about strange dick. She talking about anonymous dick. She talking about back page dick.
She got no restrictions.
Tinder dick.
All that shit.
Let go dick.
Damn, she's picking up that offer up dick. Damn.
Yeah, she's definitely on some other apps that we don't know about that's about dick, and she's meeting up at Target. Y'all need to stay out of Target.
Exactly. So if you keep going to Target after you hear this, you know what's going to happen.
That ass is going to get a tapping.
If you wonder why you get hit in the back of the head with a club like a fucking caveman, now you know. Do you wonder why there's so many assaults on TV about Target? I'm telling you, because some guys don't know how to handle this shit. They don't have no finesse. All right, so what we're trying to tell you, in short, is stop going to Target so often. But what you really should be doing is staying home with your family, with your husband, take care of your kids. Watch out. You're on hunting grounds. And you know what happens on hunting grounds? You get hunted.
Yeah, so really, I mean, if you were just doing your job anyways, this wouldn't be a problem. So I really feel like if you just do your job
at the house,
spend as much time at the house doing your job as you do at Target, we won't have no problems. This segment is brought to you by Wade's Backyard Bangbots.
Can't afford a top shelf sex bot? Tired of using that old plastic blow-up doll? Don't fret. Wade's got the solution for you. For just a fraction of the cost, Wade will build your own customized sex bot. As a scrapyard owner, he has access to unlimited used parts.
Use of Wade's sex bots are not FDA approved. Some patients have experienced redness, loss of blood, increased chance of stroke, and involuntary circumcision. For more information, please visit the hashtag Wayne from San Antonio. So as some of you might know, I am a fan of the Bigger Boss podcast. And one thing that they have kind of brought up a couple times is like the future of sex, so to speak, and like sex robots, or I don't know what that Stallone movie was when they had sex only in their mind. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, that was Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
With
okay.
Sandra Bullock. I remember whatever that little visor thing was.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
So I don't even know if they use that as an example, but this kind of topic has come up. And it reminded me of when I first started hearing about this stuff. And it was at a very late age, actually. I wasn't really aware of some of these things, believe it or not.
Sheltered.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say, I don't know how long they've been around, but
a while.
I was in my 30s when I heard of a blow up doll, whatever, but I'm talking about like the Fleshlight.
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed. I don't know how long it's been out, but I learned about that shit like within the past 5 years.
That's crazy.
Now, what some people might be surprised to know is that I used to work for members of Congress. This is when I was working in the federal building.
All right.
Now, I'm a veteran. I know veterans are degenerates. Okay. I know veterans.
I know where this is going.
Yes.
Okay.
So they were the security guards. That was like, they would be like MPs, and then they would work like a government job doing security. Right.
Right.
So we would go out there and shoot the shit. And then once you find out that it's a veteran, then you could say like depraved shit to one another, and you know it's okay.
Because it's okay. Yeah. You're in the circle.
So once I got into their circle and they realized that I was cool, I guess, they started telling me about their lives and like their wives or their ladies and blah, blah, blah. So he was like, oh yeah, my lady got me a Fleshlight. And I was like, and I knew what it was at that point. So
right.
that one I knew about. Then other dude was like, my wife got me an auto blow. Do you know what that is?
No, I do not know what that is.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. I'm glad to know.
I can imagine what the concept is.
The context clues are very,
I know
very
exactly
telling.
what it is. I've never heard that term, but I think I know what it is.
Okay, so what he told me, and I never Googled it, unfortunately, so I can't really confirm, but it makes perfect sense, is like it's something that I guess you set on your lap or you do something.
Never mind, I know exactly what it is.
Put your penis in it, and it just... It moves for you. Yeah, okay. So he was telling me about that. He said his wife got it for him. And I was thinking, like, once he told me what it was, I was like, your wife is cool as fuck.
Or she's lazy.
Yeah, no, that's true, too.
That's what I'm thinking. She was like, you know what? I ain't never doing this shit to you anymore. Here you go. Already built in.
That's a whole other segment.
Yeah, that's something else we could talk about.
We could go in on that.
Yeah.
We kind of touched on it with Israel.
Right.
But I digress. Then this dude started talking about dolls.
Okay.
I thought he was talking about blow-up dolls. There's a whole line of high-end dolls, and Bigger Boss actually covered this, but I didn't find out about these. I don't know how long these been around either, where it's like a human-looking doll.
They've been around for some time, actually.
For like thousands. I'm talking about like
3,
10,
4, 5.
No,
10.
it was like 10.
They go up from lower to higher end.
I did Google that because I didn't believe them. So while we were standing in the rotunda of the federal building,
right,
I'm in my uniform, my suit,
and you're Googling sex bots.
Yeah. So we're in here just talking that shit. I'm just embarrassing the federal government left and right.
Right.
So I Googled it. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. Thousands of dollars. I was tripping. Then I was listening to Bigger Boss. And I think one way or the other, they probably started talking about kind of the future of sex and having like robots.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so what is next? Sex bots, like you just said? Is that the next thing? Where like these bitches just going to be walking around like doing the robot at the club and you're like, what's up, girl? And she's like, I want that dick. You know what I mean? Like, like how is that going to happen?
I mean, they're just shy of that now. So from my understanding,
you think so, for real?
What these dolls do now, what I've seen, because they'll do shows on like Vice and stuff like that.
I want to Google,
about that.
like while you're talking, I want to Google.
Pull it up. So they've made it to where they talk back to you. They have interactions with you.
Dolls speak to you?
They will speak to you.
No way, bro.
They'll talk back to you.
What do I Google? Sex doll.
I guess expensive.
Artificial intelligence.
I don't know if it's AI like that. I mean, it is AI, a form of it, but not like something crazy. They're not walking around, but basically they have simulated juices. You could call them.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm trying to tell you.
Bro, I'm so brand new here. Okay, this is real talk. I'm on Etsy. Doesn't Etsy do
arts and crafts
and shit?
Yeah.
But look at the top. It says Etsy in the top left, right? You see that shit?
I see it.
I gotta screenshot this so I can show the world because they think I'm lying. And then I just scrolled down. Similar items. Fuck that. Designed and sold by AI Robot Companion.
How much?
New artificial intelligence robot companion. $35.99, and there's 200 of them available. Artificial intelligence, though, it's not just like some.
They talk to you. They
that
make
is
friends.
Crazy.
They make you feel good about yourself. Yes, they do. They're like sex therapists. I feel like
Pac right now, bro. Pac is one of the dudes from that show, and he don't ever know about none of this shit.
Right.
I feel so brand new right now.
Yeah, they talk to
AI.
You. They're your friends.
Damn.
They make you feel sexy. You make them feel sexy. They have like reusable and rewashable vaginas and mouths and a-holes and all that
have
stuff.
Something.
Yeah, you got to clean that out and maintain it.
About these robohoes. Tell me, so is it customizable booty? Like you'd be like, I want like a J-Lo booty with
I think
like...
so. I think they've got to that point. I'm sure they got them already pre-built, like based on what you've seen, but I'm sure for an extra charge, you could be like, this is what I kind of want.
Tell me about the features then. So rewashable snatch,
mouth and anus.
Okay, mouth and anus. The three, that's a trifecta.
And I think it
all
has
have to be available.
Yeah, I think some of the newer ones, they have like, you know, they'll clinch, clamp or whatever, electronic vaginas, all that shit. Not in a bad way. I guess what the fleshlight basically does, I'm assuming. Like whatever feature that
I need
does.
to get one. I need to try it out. We need to review one. You know what I'm saying? I just want to review it. Be like, okay, guys, here we go.
Here we go. Let me get back to you. Now I get it. Now I understand.
All of a sudden you hear me after I use it. I start crying.
You cry to yourself. I cheated on her. Oh, my wife. I'm sorry.
Okay, so is it going to be like cars, though? I don't know if that's going too far, but like, do you think we'll get to a point where it's like you go to a showroom, like a sex store or adult stores right now? Is it like an adult store you walk into and it's just robohoes on the wall?
I don't know if that's the case now,
Lou.
but if that is there now, I wouldn't be surprised. It's been some time since I walked into one of those, but I would assume that they have one. There has to be a shop out there. I know you could order them online where you could probably just go and pick one out.
All right, and then I wonder if like you can get to like financing options.
I don't know if it's got that far yet.
Thousands of dollars, bro.
I know. No one could just drop 4 racks on something crazy like this for no reason.
Like my saxophone, I have a Mark 6, which is a very fancy saxophone. That's how much that shit costs, and it's like 40 years old.
That's ridiculous.
And I would not trade my horn for a roboho.
I mean, it depends on who you are. Some people probably will, or hold their taxes, you know, wait for tax season and save it up.
I bet you that's how these happen.
Like, I've been waiting on this redhead
all year.
That 36 double D, I need her.
You think at some point this will be acceptable? I'm married or whatever, but you just know that I have a roboho in the closet when you ain't acting right?
Probably not. There's a lot of stigma around that stuff, and I don't know if certain wives are accepting of even you using any kind of sexual toy they don't want to see you happy. You know what I'm saying? Your wives don't want to see you happy unless they're the ones making you happy. So just based on their nature alone, I really doubt at any point that's going to be acceptable. Yeah,
they'd be hella just petty. Like, oh, what you so happy for?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
damn.
You see me happy, you'll piss me off, so then I'm mad and you're happy.
Okay, but you know, this makes me, when I mentioned blow up dolls earlier, doesn't that really make blow up dolls sound really depressing? Like if you if you have a blow up doll right now,
it's sad.
You need to save up your check or get those taxes.
Yeah.
And you need to get one of these other dolls because a blow up doll is like, I ain't trying to fuck a pool toy.
No, that's a banging on a budget.
I want a bitch to talk to me.
They've come a long way. You know what I'm saying? The blow up doll, all you can do is lay on it, I'm assuming. And it squeaks. You know what I'm saying? Like
it squeaks.
It's not doing much for you. You know what I mean?
It's like a dog toy.
You got to be a real depraved human being. You might as well just be humping trees and putting your dick in gopher holes because it's just, you're not.
Gopher holes. Bite your dick off, but I don't think you want to do that shit.
It's how much pleasure can a rubber doll bring? You know what I mean? Like these advanced ones, they're temperature controlled. You know what I'm saying? They probably got built-in AC.
You got to charge these bitches up?
I'm trying to tell you, they're highly advanced.
Do they run on pettiness like our wives?
No, they're more understanding. They're very understanding.
That was Chuck, y'all.
They're there
I apologize for Chuck's behavior.
They're there to meet your pleasure and your fantasies.
So when we're talking about how they don't want us to be happy, so then is this cheating? Like if I had a doll right now and my wife walked in and I was knee deep in a roboho, like would she be like just roll her eyes and walk away, or would she like start choking the doll? Because I feel like she would choke the doll.
It depends on the wife. I feel like some will be like, you hella stupid and just walk the hell out. Other ones will be mad and consider it cheating. I feel like it's not
so
really.
Mine would choke the dog. What would yours do?
She'd probably kick my ass. I don't think she'd care about the dog. You'd probably get fucked up. Like, I don't understand why that's my instinct to say that, but I feel like that would be the case. For no other reason than just to be pissed that I'm basically pleasuring myself without her in the room. So for some women, I don't know if it'd be considered cheating just because it's physical, but if you had an emotional attachment to it, I feel like they would be more pissed about that.
You got more problems than an angry wife if you're emotionally attached to a roboho.
Absolutely. Something's definitely wrong with you. I mean, you shouldn't be getting attached to inanimate objects. I mean, but I feel like some guys would be like, well, I'm attached to my car and I might have named it. So, you have an attachment to your car, but you should be able to get rid of it at some point. Be like, I don't really need this. But if your attachment is where I need this robot bitch in my house constantly and I need to be going in here all the time, even at your wife's despair, then you really do have a problem at that point.
This starts to bring up some concerns for me. One of them is like in the age of technology, and we're talking about AI and all this other stuff. Like, I feel like, what if someone hacks into it? What if it gets malware?
Links to your Bluetooth or something?
You know what I mean? Like, what if somehow, it's AI, so it's programmable, right? If that is really possible, what if someone gets up in there, what if your wife could get like a hack to reprogram it and it just rips your dick off? Like next time you in there, like it just clamps down. You said it could like be tighter or vibrate.
I'm assuming
what
it
if
does.
It just touches? Like it just makes your dick, the walls of your dick touch one another and just rips that shit off.
I would hope that they have already built-in fail-safes for stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be a way that they have to already prepare for this type of stuff. So even if it gets hacked, maybe it'll cuss you out. Or they can make it talk bad to you, but right now they don't actually move. I feel like, and
they're just talking shit.
They're probably talking, yeah. And you could like place them in certain ways, and they're like stiff mannequins. But I don't think they've gotten to that point yet.
Because I don't trust robo strength. I feel like that's like the strength of 12 chimpanzees. Can just rip my dick off immediately.
Well, if you get one of them low budget ones, all the parts are plastic, so you got a better chance of just breaking it off, or kicking it and folding it in half, or whatever you need to do.
And so this is like lightweight turning into a men's health segment that you really need to protect your dick, fellas, is what I'm saying. You need to keep your dick away from the AI monsters. Don't let the robots get your dick.
You know what they gonna do to it? They could turn it any minute.
This is some Terminator like T-1000. Like it's like I'm cute. All of a sudden your dick's gone.
Yeah,
like, you don't
some
want that.
iRobot shit. They just gonna snap that shit off like celery stock.
Ain't no stem cells bringing that dick back, y'all.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's
so
not
do
coming
not
back.
let that shit happen. So here's my tip then. How about a tip?
All right, what's your tip?
Don't go all in on these robohoes.
Absolutely not.
Get yourself a nice and desperate white girl. Hold on, let me get it out. I can't say it. Like just a nice, desperate white girl that peaked in high school.
Okay.
One of them that will do just like butt stuff because she needs that. That's validation for her.
Right.
And then when you're done, like she'll make you a sandwich after.
Yeah, and that's what you need.
That's what you need. You don't need a robo bitch that's going to take your dick off. Like, I don't trust that until I know that my dick is safe. That shit ain't happening. I'm not putting G's into something so my dick could come up missing.
Nah, for $4,000, you could go into some very, very dirty, grimy dive bars and, pick up some real loose women on like a $30 charge and just have your way with her on a regular basis. I mean, I feel like you'll get more out of that, and with the hopes that you'll get a sandwich at the end of it. So,
now, if your dick comes off at the end of that, that's probably because you fucked up.
Yeah,
you should have wrap it up.
You need to do some better cherry picking.
Yeah, and if the wrapping it up ain't the reason the dick came off, it's because you went home and they found that glitter on you. You had glitter dick.
You had glitter dick, and
get glitter dick, you get fucked up.
Yeah. Watch out. The wives is looking for this. We're not advising that you go do this, but if you're gonna put yourself in that situation, then we advise you don't go down the sex robot path.
I feel like we just brought them home to going to get a blow up doll after we roasted it.
Some of them might. Today.
Some of y'all need it.
Order it online. AdamandEve.com. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, we just want to thank y'all for tuning into this episode, Sweet 16.
Thank you very much.
We hope you enjoyed these segments that we brought to you today. A little bit of the conspiracy theories.
That's right. Let
y'all know what's going on. I can't wait to see some of y'all at Target next week. Carrie Mae, I'm talking to you.
Carrie Mae, she loose on the hunting ground. She's stray prey. Gentlemen, in case you wondering,
yeah,
there's a loose one out there. Not loose as in loose, but loose as in like free to roam, free range. There's a free range piece just floating around Target.
Oh my God.
Tag that.
Sorry, Carrie Mae.
I apologize.
Yeah. And then on top of those conspiracy theories, we hope that you enjoyed us telling you about these sex bots and the washable vaginas.
We hope you learned something today. You learned something new today.
Thank you very much to the sponsors for holding us down, keeping us going. episode after episode.
Paying these bills for us, because if not, we couldn't do this.
And tell people where they can find us, Chuck.
Oh, man. Twitter, at Menmoirs. Instagram, The Real Menmoirs. YouTube, Just the Tips of Menmoir. And at your mom's house, having a dinner plate. Find me there. Hashtag Razzle Dazzle.
So that's going to be it for us. I'm your co-host. I'm Joe.
I'm Chuck.
And this is Just the Tips, and we out.
Deuces.